All right, welcome back to the grind. In this video, we are going to go through the start of this first new Kingdom Wars event after the second time round changes that they made, and hopefully it works better this time. So far, the event page is working better. Just so you know, I am recording this in my car on my lunch break, so not the most ideal situations, but hey, I actually do record a lot of stuff in my car anyways. I do want to make this somewhat like a live stream feel. So I'm just kind of going to be recording myself as I go and use up my energy for the start of this event. Hopefully we'll get a reasonable amount of time to do this. I still do have to go eat before I get back to work though. Less than a minute left until this begins. Looks like we're going to be working towards this monument over here. I'm excited to see how this all works out and what happens when we start to butt up against other teams. I think that the bases will be fairly easy to destroy, and you can get max points. Doesn't matter how many of your players are hitting it, unless everybody hits the same city. Then you're going to. Are we already live? Let's go. All right. Unless you're attacking the same city as somebody, then you're gonna end up having invalid attacks, because obviously you can't all attack the same city. Now, go for the Krelos King here, and all the cities have only 800 HP, at least the Black Blood ones. Once they use Dragon Defenders and boost them up, then I'm not sure how high we're going to get those, but they only have 800 HP against the Black Bloods, so you don't want to go using Megas, because that's going to waste a lot of energy. It looks like they went for some interesting designs on these bases. Obviously, these PvE bases are pretty weak, but they had like a couple Dracul pylons on the one island. So basically, as I was saying, with the PvE against the Black Bloods, you come against only 800 HP. So if you use a mega attack, you're way overshooting. I just ran a super attack with one inner fire, and I think that's going to get me actually fairly close to the 800, probably like 700-ish. So I only need to do a single on that base as long as nobody else ran against that base. So it's 700 exactly. So now we go in back into this territory, go into attack. We can see now the ones that are already attacked are, I guess, oh no, they're not all shifted to the top. So there's a bunch down here too that are in the process of being attacked. And in order to, I guess this is probably the one that I hit. So then to finish it off, you don't need to do a full super attack. You just want to do probably, wow, look at that base. Look at all the Dracul pylons there. That's ridiculous. I'm probably just going to run it with no inner fire, and I'll probably just quit at 75% and be done with it and move on to another city, so we can, get up to 9 cities we need in order to control the territory, and then we'll move on. At least I think that's how it's supposed to work. So using this Krelos, I actually haven't finished runing Krelos. I plan to put a couple other runes on him. I didn't put my mythic rune on him yet, which I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'll probably do that pretty soon. So that way he has longer time in Speed Demon. Let's just pop this island and then peace out of this run. I know a lot of teams and players are done for this season, so they're not going to be working too hard in this event, which is kind of a nice time to test out this event and see how it goes. You can just mess around, not as high pressure, not as high stakes. I actually do need to continue my progress towards, invalid attack, to another, sorry. I wonder what it looks like when we've controlled the cities. I thought it said we have 11 cities controlled. Where's our, I guess these are the ones that we don't control. Black Bloods control 11 cities. I wonder what happens. Okay, so let's look and see when we go to defend. So we control 5 cities. So when we go to the defend, we can see the ones that we control. And then you can assign a defender to it. Interesting. You can pick which one. It shows you how much HP it's going to add. Sorry, I'm being paid. I'm going to have to go pop out and check that pretty quick. Let's see. A strong... Man, I wish they were organized a little better. Oh, there is a sort and filter. Sweet. Let's go by tier. Let's go the other way. So if I put one of these, 275. Wow. So like one player putting one dragon on there almost adds a third of the HP of the city. That's pretty impressive. So once the whole team gets in there, these are going to have some insane HP. Wow. That's going to be pretty insane. I'm not sure about that. Okay, sorry about that. So now we have controlled a majority of the cities within the territory. We control 11, it looks like. Why can't I look at them? So I click on the territory that we control and click defend. There we go. Now I can look at them. So we have 11. Looks like we took control of a little more than we needed to. Now we can move on to the next one. So I'm going to pick one of these. I think what I'm going to do is do a super attack with 2 inner fires, and that should be enough to take control of the city. That way we don't have to worry about invalid attacks quite as much if players are attacking the same ones, and it'll be quicker to control the number of towers or cities that we need. Wow, I'm still kind of in shock about how much HP those dragons add. It's a lot. Can you imagine every player on the team adding 250 HP? That's, I don't even know, times 50 how much that is. I don't know. I don't want to do math right now. But that's a lot. Let me try to do math. So wait, is that really 250 per player? 2,500 for 10 players. 5,000 for 20 players. Holy crap. That's 12,500 additional HP to the city. Is that real? That seems insane. There, I got control of one city. That seems insane. That's going to be a lot. So then it really is going to... You really are going to need... Oh, cool. I can raid too. Then you really are going to need megas and stuff. But remember that it does decay over time. So that is something to keep in mind. I wonder how many more we need to take control of this. Oh, we own it. Sweet. So can I do that for... Yeah, once you attack a base within a territory, you can raid against it to take other cities. That's pretty convenient. But it does get more costly. But the cool thing is that there's more than one base with max points. So that means you can hit multiple bases for max points and raid against those bases for max points. So that's pretty cool. Man, these are some interesting base designs. Not that it really, again, makes a difference when they're PvE bases and they're super low level and easy to plow through for a majority of players, but it's kind of interesting to look at anyways. So I'm not sure how many teams are actually going to put in much of an effort with this event because of it being the end of the season and all. Not sure if people will change their requirements as far as how many points you need to get, but definitely a lot of players are not going to be pushing quite as hard for, as high of a points as they could get. They're going to be saving their resources. But as mentioned, I still do need to get quite a bit more sigils for Wrong Dragon for my second mythic. Going to get Lockjaw. And so I'm going to try to score as many points as I can. And the best points and the easiest progression for yourself and your team is at the very start of the event, getting as much points from these PvE bases and Black Bloods as possible. You know what's interesting? Oh man, somebody else took that one. Oh, we took control of it. Now, can you attack bases still when you have control? Looks like you can. So you can try to get control of all of them if you want, but that's not really beneficial. You don't really want to, if you don't need to, unless it's on the perimeter and you want to give yourself a bit of a cushion. That way they don't have to take just the geez, having a hard time talking and playing at the same time. That way there's more bases or more cities that they would have to control in order to get the majority back from you. So it's nice that that is an option when you're at the perimeter, but not really important for the cities and territories that are kind of within your protected zone. Really, the Dragon Defenders and the strategy comes once you've expanded as much as possible. So maybe the more interesting video to make will be later on in the event, once we see a little bit more expansion from the opponents and see about, if they're pushing into us and stuff. But I'm pretty curious to find out how much HP these, the opponent's territories and cities have once they all apply defenders. That's going to be pretty wild. But I mean, I guess it kind of levels it off to territories that the HP that territories had previously. But remember, you have to control 9 cities. And so once you break through a couple of them, the opponent who controls that territory can start stealing them back. You do have a 15-minute immunity period to put on your defenders, so you can boost up the HP. But once you get to that point, they can start attacking and stealing back those territories while you're working on trying to steal the majority. So it's going to be kind of interesting for really aggressive play and when it's competitive. Kind of curious to see how that all works out. Now, did I end up stealing that base yet? Not quite. Let's do one more raid. Now it should be ours. This one I can raid against too. It's a little bit of a waste of experience, about energy, but I think that made it enough to steal that one too. And 15 cities. How many do we control on that one now? 4. Still need a little bit more. Let's go on this one. That's pretty cool. I like the raid feature. I like that there's multiple max level bases so that you can do multiple different sets of raids within one territory without having to go down to lower point value attacks. If this will ever load. Okay. They got some new names for these bases too. Omadon. I've never seen that one before. Sorry if you hear some extra noises in the background. As I said, I'm at work and in my car on my lunch break. So there I am in the parking garage. Currently someone's horn is going off. Sometimes there's cars that drive by or above, so you might hear some extra noises. I hope some people enjoy watching this video. It's sort of similar to live stream feel. I know a lot of players wish I did more live streams. Unfortunately, I have a hard time finding the time and being able to set that up. But hopefully that this is a little bit more appealing to those who do want that kind of video, just so that you can kind of play it in the background, watch it, listen to it, if that's something that you enjoy. I will try to make another video during this event or after this event that kind of summarizes and synthesizes the new event a little bit more straightforward. All right, now we're going into this monument. Let's see what the points. So the HP for the monuments are 2,500 now. Now that means that you can boost them up pretty strong. Also, the point value of these bases are a lot higher too. I still don't think doing megas against the Black Bloods at least is worthwhile. Once you have an enemy opponent controlling the monument, you probably will want to use megas to wave them down with your team, and that way you can take over multiple territory or multiple cities within the monument territory quicker. But it's going to take a lot of attacks, and it's going to be really interesting to see what it's like with so many cities that you need to take control of in a short period of time that are going to require a bunch of megas to take down, because that's a lot of HP that those monument cities especially are going to have. Let's do 3 inner fires on this one. Who's going to carry an inner fire for me? You can. I accidentally leveled Assidious 1 level above Harbinger. I was planning to leave him at Harbinger so that I could just use him for assaults and temple raids and stuff. Unfortunately, I accidentally leveled him up into Vanguard, so that sucks for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with him now. He'll just be sitting around. But, oh well. It is what it is. Stuff happens. We're getting close to running out of energy here. No city is controlled within this monument yet. Let's come on to this raid feature. I love the raid feature. It's a very... Oh, we got ownership. Perfect. It's a very good way to quickly take some points. And it's great value for the 2 energy raid cost. And it's fairly good value for the 3 energy raid cost. For the 4 energy cost, that's about as much as doing a single attack. It does save you time, which is amazing for a lot of players. But if you're grinding out, if you're grinding out single attacks because you don't have the refills and stuff, it is better to simply do that and grind it out, because you do get more. You do get the flames from completing attacks 100%. So in that regard, doing the single attack for the 4 energy is better, but it does take time to run the attack. But for you lower level players out there, that is probably the best way to go. If you're only doing, like, I don't know, a couple refills a day, you don't actually have lots of inner fires or refills, you want to get as many wildfire attacks as possible. So making sure you use the energy for that is probably the better way to go. And that will end up getting you more points overall. So, so far, I think I like the way that this event is designed. I'm going to have to check that too. With the updates, it's not horrible. But again, we haven't really come across the major differences with this event, which is going to be when you actually come up against opponents and you're competing for territories, because you still got to grind out these bases. And so invalid attack means I can't even do the... That's annoying. Invalid attack, so I can't even do the raid. That's too bad. Oh well. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see in a competitive way, especially once we're trying to take over territories that are already controlled by an opponent. I have a feeling that that's going to be excruciating and really frustrating. Also, coming back a day later and seeing how much HP has decayed will be interesting as well. So those are things that we'll have to feel out and experience throughout the event, and hopefully we can get a good idea. I don't have high hopes for this event being overall better necessarily, but it's different and interesting, at least for now, at least for me. I like trying new things, and so at least it's something different to try. All right, let's come in here. We've got this one I should be able to raid on. Where is it? Why can't I raid it? I defeated that one a couple times. Unless it was invalid again. Oh, such a pain in the butt. Not sure if it was invalid or not, but it must have been, since I can't raid it. Oh well. Hopefully this one lands successfully. I probably will have to head out pretty quick, and things are starting to load a little slower, unfortunately. But I am interested to hear what you guys think of the event so far, so let me know in the comment section. If you have experienced some competitive play and stealing or defending territories from other players. Let me know how that turns out, and keep an eye out for another video in the near future during this event that I'll be sharing more of, hopefully, that experience trying to take territories away from opponents and trying to defend your current territories from opponents. So did this attack finally land? I sure hope so. I'm getting sick of this. Oh yeah, I think it landed. How many territories do we have? Cities. We have 6 cities. So we now control it. Is that what it's trying to tell me? No, we don't control it. 7. Okay. So let's steal one of these. I should be able to raid. Really? Why is it not letting me raid that? Where is that base? It's not letting me raid that guy. That's really annoying. And I don't think... Whatever. Let's just raid this one. We already own it. Okay. So now I think we own the territory. Yes, we do. So now we can defend. Assign a defender. I'm going to pick a dragon that I want to defend. And this city. I'm just going to pick this one for now. Decent boost, but not my best ones, because I don't know if people are going to be pushing into this one. And there we go. Confirm defender. Adding 1211 HP to that. Once it loads, now I've boosted it up. Look at that. Awesome. Bang. That's fun. Okay. And you can do that to every single one. So you can add a defender to each city. So don't forget about that. And every single player on the team can add a defender to each city. So you can have a lot of defenders. See how it's just going to boost up that HP pretty freaking high. So unfortunately, I think that's all the time we have for today. It was kind of nice to get a feel for the new mechanics of this and confirm some of the ways of doing things. I will make another updated video with some further details after we get a bit more experience from the event, especially, defending and stealing territories from other players. So let me know what you think so far, and I'll see you in the next video.